How's it going, everyone? In this video, we have some big news on Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the latest wrestling news. Alright guys, so for our first story of today, we have the ratings for Monday Night Raw and NXT. So according to a new report from Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, Monday Night Raw drew 1,401,000 viewers and a .42 in the key demo rating, and NXT drew 588,000 viewers and a .14 in the key demo rating. Next up, we have some news that WWE reportedly has big plans for Damian Priest. So during a recent episode of WrestleVote's Radio Backstage Pass, there have been reportedly talks to strengthen the Damian Priest character in regards to his merchandising and appearance. And they have discussed Priest paying homage to his Puerto Rican culture by embracing the Vejigante mask. Next, we have some news that a former WWE superstar is finished with pro wrestling. Because according to Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda, former Heavy Machinery member Tucker, real name Levi Cooper, told him that he has decided to retire from professional wrestling so he can focus on his career as a high school wrestling coach and focus on his family, raising his 2 kids. Next, we have a major update on Wardlow and Scorpio Sky's return to AEW, as FIFO Select and PW Insider reports that after several months of being absent from AEW programming, Wardlow was actually backstage during this week's episode of AEW Dynamites. But despite the fact that he was said to be looking healthy, there is still no word as to when he will be making his return to AEW television. And in regards to Scorpio Sky, he is basically in the same situation as Wardlow. He is also healthy, occasionally working independent bookings from time to time. And although a pitch was made for him to work with Private Party, his return also remains unclear. Next up, we have some big news on Becky Lynch's return to WWE, as Sean Ross Sapp of FIFO Select reports that at this point in time, Becky Lynch has not signed a new WWE deal, and she still remains as a free agent. And even though both sides appear to be on the same page regarding her eventual return, right now Becky Lynch is currently enjoying her time off, and WWE is respecting that. Moving on to our next story, we have some potential bad news for Liv Morgan, because even though she now has even more help with the recent addition of Raquel Rodriguez to the Judgment Day, it looks like Liv Morgan will not be walking out of WWE Crown Jewel a winner. Because according to BetOnline.com, right now, Nia Jax is the favorite to beat Liv Morgan at Crown Jewel this Saturday. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the stories that we discussed today. So starting off with our first story, we did talk about the ratings for Monday Night Raw and also NXT. And from the looks of it guys, it does appear like both shows did see a pretty big drop in the ratings department. But I'm pretty sure that next week the ratings will go back up for both Monday Night Raw and also NXT. Now, the other story that we talked about was on some pretty big things in store for Damian Priest, because according to WrestleVotes, they did say that during a recent podcast episode, they did say that WWE is planning to strengthen Damian Priest's character in regards to his merchandise and also his appearance. And they also talked about something very interesting. They did say that they want him paying more homage to his Puerto Rican culture by embracing the Vejigante mask. So I do think that these are pretty cool plans for Damian Priest, and I'm excited to see what WWE has in store in regards to these ideas that they have planned for him. Now, the other story that we did talk about a former WWE superstar apparently being finished with professional wrestling. And it is being reported by Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda Wrestling. He is saying that former Heavy Machinery member Tucker, his real name is Levi Cooper, he did tell Chris Featherstone that he has decided to officially retire from professional wrestling and that he has no plans or no intentions to return to that profession because he does plan on focusing his career as a high school wrestling coach. And also he wants to spend time with his family, raising his 2 kids. So that is some pretty shocking news, because I do believe that Tucker, Levi Cooper, did have a lot of potential when he was in WWE. However, when he separated from Otis, basically that is when his career started to go downhill, and then eventually he did depart from WWE. However, at least it is good that he is going to focus on his career and also on his family. So that is, aside from everything else, that is some very good news for him, and we wish him all the best in his future. Next, we also talked about Wardlow and Scorpio Sky and basically their status with AEW. And according to Sean Ross Sapp and also Mike Johnson of PWInsider.com, they are reporting that Wardlow and Scorpio Sky are basically in the same situation in regards to their health. They are both healthy. They are reporting, the report does say that they are both healthy. However, as it pertains to when they could be returning to AEW programming, that still remains to be seen. And it has been a while until they showed up on AEW television, especially for Scorpio Sky. I do believe that he's been off of AEW programming for, I do think it said 2 years. The report did say 2 years. So that is a very long time. However, hopefully AEW and Tony Khan have something for them in the future to return, because it has been a very long time for both of them to make appearances. They haven't been on television for a very long time. So hopefully they can return sometime in the very near future. Now, the other story that we talked about was kind of a slight update on Becky Lynch and her return and how things are going right now. And according to FIFO Select, they are saying that at this point in time, nothing has changed in regards to Becky Lynch, potentially signing a new deal. And it doesn't look like her return is going to happen in the immediate future, because right now Becky Lynch is currently taking time off to spend time with her daughter and to venture out into other things as well. So eventually, guys, I do believe that Becky Lynch will end up returning to WWE, but it doesn't look like it will be anytime soon. Now, the other story that we talked about was on some potential bad news for Liv Morgan, because it looks like at Crown Jewel, she will not be winning the new Crown Jewel Championship, because right now Nia Jax is currently the heavy favorite to win at the event this Saturday, which is not necessarily all too surprising, because Nia Jax has been booked as a very, very strong force ever since she won the Queen of the Ring and also the WWE Women's Championship. However, what could happen is potentially having Tiffany Stratton cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase on Nia Jax, but that remains to be seen. Nothing has been reported in regards to that. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Please make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of the stories that we discussed today in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.